How much does ChatGPT know about Danish steam locomotives? Well, that's what I'm gonna try to figure out here and now. So let's just get straight into it. First question, what is the fastest steam locomotive to operate in Denmark? Let's see what it knows. So it's saying that the fastest steam locomotive to operate in Denmark is the Danish MZ class of steam locomotives. No, that's not correct. In fact, that's very wrong. In fact, it's quite ironic that it says it was eventually replaced by diesel and electric locomotives in the 1970s. The MZ class is a diesel locomotive that was introduced in the late 60s, the first example arriving in 1968. I don't know about you, but this doesn't look like a steam locomotive to me. Let's see if it can correct itself. No, it isn't. The MZ class is a diesel locomotive. Denmark did not have any steam locomotives that were capable of high speeds. That depends on how fast is high speed in terms of steam locomotives. I mean, 75 miles an hour seems pretty fast to me for a steam locomotive. And we did have locomotives in Denmark that could do that, so yes, we did. We did have. Anyway, the new class it suggested was the S-class locomotive. Now, this is more correct in the sense that the S-class was in fact a steam locomotive, and the first two examples were in fact built by Borsig, but they were tank engines. This is the S-class. As you can see, it is a 264 tank engine. It had 3 cylinders and weighed a staggering 97 tons. 2 preserved. But I'm sorry to break it to you, Mr. Chat, they were limited to 90 kilometers an hour. So that's also not correct. I don't think we'll get ChatGPT to give the right answer, so I'll just give it to you right now. This is the fastest steam locomotive that ever ran in Denmark. The absolutely stunning P-class steam locomotive. It is a 4-cylinder compound Atlantic steam locomotive. They were limited in service to 75 miles an hour, but they could likely go much faster. Right, we'll start a new chat to give it another question. This time we'll go for what was the most powerful steam locomotive to run in Denmark? See what it says. I really want to know where it gets all this from. Basically, none of what it says right there is correct. Let's take it from the beginning. It says that the most powerful steam locomotive in Denmark was the Q class, which is wrong. This is the Q class, a no-ito shunter, and I will admit it's quite powerful, but nowhere near the most powerful. This is likely the most powerful steam locomotive class to run in Denmark, the E class. Pacific steam locomotives, 4 cylinders, these were some of the biggest steam locomotives to run in Denmark, and they had a power rating of 1800 horsepower. I guess that leads into another question. What was the biggest steam locomotive to run in Denmark? Going back to the MZ class, what is going on here? I also find it kind of ironic that it gave a new high horsepower rating when I asked before what was the most powerful and only gave 1400 horsepower. I think ChatGPT is quite confused here. Well, I already talked about the MZ, and as far as I know, there was no locomotive known as Stor Claus, or Big Claus, whatever you want. I have one more question. What was the most produced steam locomotive class? Denmark. Come on. Okay, it's combining a lot of things here, and none of them are correct. Let's take it from the beginning. The N-Class. This is the N-Class, the last steam locomotive ever acquired by DSB, the Danish National Railway Company. We had 10 of these. Also known as Odin, this is Odin, the very first steam locomotive to ever arrive in Denmark. There were 5 of these. 260 wheel arrangement, no! It didn't. None of those two did. 155 members, no, even the quantity is wrong. The most produced steam locomotive class in Denmark was the F-Class. You may already know about this class because it is preserved abroad from Denmark. There were 120 members of the F-Class, so it got that quite wrong. Well, I think I've proven my point on the fact that ChatGPT is just not that wise about Danish steam locomotives. So I'm gonna end this video today. Thank you so much for watching, and do subscribe.